Welcome to Creatively Exposed, a podcast and safe space for Black and marginalized creatives to empower, educate, and uplift you through the final product of self and creation. Bring a homie, share with a homie, and enjoy the show.
One tidbit that I didn't share before you even get into this episode, warning, there is a horn sound because I found it and it is obnoxious. I did try for it not to be crazy loud. Other thing is that this whole conversation also leads to how my spiritual journey unfolded, right? Because I became more intentional about my spiritual journey. How about that? So, it goes hand in hand. So I just wanted to share that. For some reason, I felt called to do that. So, enjoy the show. Happy week, Monday, second week of May. Yo, wild. Be easy, y'all.
Welcome back to Creatively Exposed, and it has been forever, right? So I'm thinking about releasing an interview with one of, I would call them a friend of the show by now. So that was a really dope conversation. So stay tuned for that. Trying to kind of like slowly get back into weeklies. It's been feeling a little strange, so I did say that last time. And so I'm just here reconnecting with you all. And a couple of thoughts, right? This is Haitian Heritage Month. And this is also, I feel like I should be like, ba 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 ba. This is also Mental Health Awareness Month. This is also AAPI, Asian Heritage Month. And that's for all Asians all over the place. So there's a couple of things going on, right? In May, and also there is a new moon on Tuesday if you're listening on Monday, which is when I release the episode in Taurus. And I think it's just going to be a yummy new moon. If anyone knows or has no idea what that means, it means this is a good time to plant seeds and really envision what you're willing to take time and build on is the vibe that I get. But it's also lucrative because it's ruled by the planet of beauty and luxury and all things beautiful. So that is that on that. And so let's talk about Mental Health Awareness Month. Today is Mother's Day since I'm recording on Sunday. And it's one of my favorite things to discuss, to be as transparent as possible about. And for if you're new here, welcome. I have more than one therapist. Why? I started on Talkspace, and then I felt like, okay, there's a break in between, and I found this very amazing in-person therapist pre-COVID era. And they both complete different things. They both have different perspectives. I'm speaking in another language mentally. Different perspectives and just different processes. There's different kinds of healing going on, even if I discuss the same exact thing, which is super dope. So one is talk therapy virtually by phone. Now with COVID, I have virtual art therapy, and each of them are very different, right? One is kind of a space where I can vent and logically analyze certain things and add tools to my toolbox and how to deal with this dumpster fire of a world that we live in sometimes, most times. And the other one has been inner child healing. So, just so you can have different ideas, there are so many kinds of therapy. So, there's not just sitting in an office or virtually talking to somebody, there's multiple things. So, I will definitely be putting a whole bunch of stuff in the subscription box. I'm here thinking about business too. I'm all over the place, y'all. In the show description box. That is what I will call it today. I'm drinking tea, so apologies. And so what I've been thinking about is kind of a couple of things. So the way we have kind of kept going during the pandemic, right? It's still happening, even though the world is like, now we open, outside is open, we can go do all these things, and next week y'all don't have to wear a mask. And it's like, please wear your mask. But the way that our lives have structurally changed has led to a different kind of overwork for those who were able to either find work or keep their work or pivot into something else, right? And it's wild to me because I've just been seeing a lot of, feeling burnt out. I mean, I too am experiencing these things. And I think about our mental well-being while being closed. So this may not be for everyone, but this may be for somebody, as per usual, mostly myself. So I have been thinking about ways to kind of get out of the funk that can come from time to time, right? Some days are amazing and some days are not so great. And that's just the reality of existing in this society, especially if you're, in the US. And so today I didn't feel as like cheery as I did yesterday. Yesterday was very high vibrational and it felt really good. And I would say, and if no one has asked you these questions, then may I be the first person to do so. Especially if you're struggling with any kind of mental illness or just feeling off or what have you. It's, have you eaten today? And let's duplicate this with Mother's Day being today, in which what are ways that you can mother yourself, regardless of the relationship that you have with your own parent, right? As an adult, or you're just your own person, whatever age, for the most part, we're all kind of the same age. Self-care and ways to get out of the kind of cyclical thing is, I would say for me, is accepting that today doesn't feel good. And that's okay, right? Instead of saying, you should be doing X, Y, Z, I must be, watch how you speak to yourself. Because do you speak to your loved ones this way? Do you speak to your best friend who is struggling this way? Then why not talk to yourself? Talk to yourself nice. Talk to me nice. Accept the fact that, maybe just it sucks today. And that is what it is, right? Then it's the questions that I have. It's like, have you eaten today? If not, grab something small, even if you don't know what the hell you want to eat. Just off of like online stuff and seeing things. Sometimes when you're not feeling your best, you don't eat. And so I would say, have you drank water today? Hydrating ourselves, believe it or not, can really affect our mental well-being and just not able to move forward. Have you gotten out of bed just to wash your face and brush your teeth? You can go right the hell back in. Just do that simple thing. Have you taken a shower? I personally like to sit in the shower sometimes. And I'm all right, y'all. Like, don't, it's just there's days. So it's like showering after just like a crappy day or what have you. For me, depending on the temperature, can really help. And like magical element, right? Because we are on source of magic is we can make these small things also a type of ritual. We can speak things into life by making tea and adding honey to sweeten our day and things like that. A lot of people that I have encountered recently remind me that I should wake up and before I do anything is what kind of energy do I want for my day? What are the serendipitous things that I would like to feel or encounter? What is on my to feel list versus what's on my to do list? Start with the basics. That is where we all should begin from time to time. And I think in general, I have been, excuse me, doing a lot, right? I now have a business. It is a crystal business, spiritual wellness, right? I also have my collective, my own place of employment, and additional spiritual offerings that I partake in. While also trying to figure out how to expand within some of these things to live my best life. What does your best life look like? Is a thought, especially during this new moon. How can I add more luxury into my life? How can I add more joy and ease and balance? I think one of the issues of being in the pandemic and a lot of people still being able to have the privilege of working at home is that where does obligation and work and where does living begin? That's what I've been trying to reconfigure, understand, what have you. And it affects the mind. Being enclosed for over a year now, it can fuck with you. That's just the facts. Like, it's not gonna, like, going out ain't the same. I don't even know how I would wake up at 6:30 or earlier, like 6 in the morning, and head to work and drive in all the traffic and be out for like 12 hours to then come home to like feed myself, spend time with, friends